If you're joining us right now, just let me say hello. I'm just plugging the stream a few places before I start going over the team that we brought for TCL week 3. TCL week 3. I really should try to plug the video with like a kind of like a starting soon kind of thing going on. Maybe soon. Maybe we'll do that soon. Okay. So, starting off, we're gonna be looking at the teams that we. What up, Captain Mod? We're gonna be looking at the team that we played this week, which was actually Jeff and the Rising Raptors. He's gonna be really upset if he misses this part because he really likes to see the commentary, so he's gonna be sad if he misses the commentary on his own team. But basically, he has a extremely threatening team, and you can kind of see it right here. So he's got Coco, Melmetal, Zygarde, Slowbro, Weavile, Vikavolt, Passimian, Cradilly, and Heatmore. Now, looking at his team, I'm pretty confident that we're going to see Tapu Koko, Melmetal, Zygarde, Slowbro, Weavile, and then I'm thinking probably Heatmore. And I do think that is the 6 he's going to bring, because Zygarde does so well against my team. Melmetal basically with Double Iron Bash, he's very formidable. He's very formidable mod. But Double Iron Bash basically, if it's banded, just freaking caps, just destroys everything on my team. We had to bring a super bulky Vaporeon to even live at hit under 50%. So this Melmetal is extremely scary to us. Now, basically our thing here was if we can put a little bit of damage on it, maybe about 15 to 20%, then our Dugtrio can come in and Dynamax and knock it out with a Earthquake. And Dugtrio actually looks extremely good against this team. Obviously, the Weaviles are threatening to it. Slowbro is kind of threatening to it. So we have to kind of put some damage on Slowbro to kind of put us in range of a sweep with Dugtrio. Same thing for Zygarde. If he brings Zygarde, we have to put a little bit of damage on it. But we have the triple axle on Serena for the Zygarde. Because we obviously don't want that thing setting up in our face and taking us out. But we are going to get straight into this match because I'm gonna show you guys what he ended up bringing. So here we have what he ended up bringing, and we're going to switch sides on this. So obviously we expected 5 of these mods. I was pretty sure about Heatmore. We knew Weavile was coming, we knew Tapu Koko was coming, we knew Melmetal was coming, and we knew that the Slowbro was going to come as well. What we didn't expect to see was this Vikavolt, but it's okay, because we did pack the Stone Edge on our Alolan Trio, so we know we also have an offensive Incineroar, very offensive Incineroar. So we know that if we get into a situation where we need to fight this thing 1v1, we have a couple different options to fight it. Now, going over our team a little bit more, obviously we had the super defensive Vaporeon setup, kind of sweep with the Dugtrio. We also went with expert built special Dragapult, a super defensive Serena to take on the Zygarde. To kind of counter that. And then we went with Silvally Fairy because Silvally Fairy was basically my only switch in for Weavile. And I knew we could put a little bit of damage on it and put some pressure on it to get a KO with something else by putting a little bit of damage on it. And then the Incineroar, I knew that if we got a Nasty Plot and a Flame Charge, it was going to put a bunch of work in on his team. Obviously, after Nasty Plot, Slowbro doesn't survive, and we're going to find out how much Dark Pulse does to it anyways. Flamethrower obviously looks really good against this team as well. So, like, you're looking at Incineroar and, like, holy cow, it can put in some work here. But yeah, we're going to get straight into it. Now, I usually watch the replays before I start streaming. I did not rewatch this replay, so we're going to be rewatching it together here. But I do remember that we lead with the Dragapult. And this Tapu Koko, the thing is I made Dragapult outspeed this by, I think, 2, because it's outspeed by 1. So if this Tapu Koko is Scarfed, then he can just go for he can basically go for anything and just kind of really put some work on us. So I don't want to U-turn here, because if he's Scarfed, he's going to put a lot of damage on us that I don't want to take on our Dragapult yet. So we're just going to hard swap into Serena. Serena, I didn't have the greatest switch-ins for this, but I figured Serena would be the best, because it's obviously going to resist any electric type attack. Yeah, very. I wasn't very surprised. I was surprised no Zygarde. Yeah, I don't want you to get any insight on my team. I will tell you, I've already built for you, and I do a lot of different things. So, you'll need to be ready. That's for sure, mod. But basically, Serena was our best counter for this. If he was offensive, then we just kind of walled this thing completely. If he was special, we should resist most hits, so we should be fine. Oops, knocked my whatever, this pop filter, knocked my pop filter down. But he is going to go for the U-turn. It's going to be basically nothing. Then he's going to go into Vikavolt. I'm just going to U-turn out because I'm pretty sure I'll outspeed. We're going to go straight to Incineroar as he goes for the Bug Buzz. Does a massive amount of damage. That did a lot more than I thought, but Vikavolt does have a lot of special. And of course, our Incineroar is not defensive at all. But we do have the leftovers, so we get a little lefties back. If he wants to go for... I kind of expected him to Volt Switch there, to be honest with you. I did not expect the Toxic, so I really expected the Volt Switch. Still doing research. You can't be looking at... No, you'll be fine, mod. You will be fine, man. You'll be totally fine. I'm worried about your team. I already lost to one person that was their first draft league match. But to be fair, they had a Cinderace. So but yeah, he does go for the Toxic. I really expected the Volt Switch, and that's why we went Dugtrio. But that's okay, because we can just Stone Edge, get a bunch of really good damage on this. And he's just going to set up the Sticky Webs for whatever reason. And he's going to go into Slowbro. I can go for another Stone Edge pretty freely. Unfortunately, we missed. It doesn't really matter. But we are going to go into Vaporeon. He does go for Expanding Force. So he does bring the Expanding Force, predicting that we would bring Tapu Lele. But we did not bring Tapu Lele because it really didn't look good against this team at all. I'm not going to criticize your moves because obviously it's playstyle at the end of the day. I do think Dallas had a really good team, a really scary team, but I don't think you made it worse. If that makes sense. And it's all based on playstyle. I will say, from looking at your team so far, your speed tiers are really low. You don't have a lot of you got Tailwind and Archeops, but you don't have as much speed control, so that could hurt you in the future. But I don't think your moves were bad by any means. But we do go to the Vaporeon because Slowbro, even an offensive Slowbro, is not going to do much to avoid Vaporeon. We are going to go for the Wish, and as he brings in Melmetal, so this is like perfect for me because I'm like, okay, yeah. He brings in the Melmetal, and this is like perfect for me because I'm like, okay, if he wants to go through a Thunder Punch, even Banded, we know does a lot to us, but we're about to get healed by the Wish anyways. So we can get a Scald or two off and maybe get a burn on this thing. This was like, Jeff is not here, I don't think, but this was the weirdest play from him, to be honest with you. I would not have gone Melmetal here. Probably would have gone, I don't know why I didn't go Vikavolt, if I'm being totally honest. But I don't know if he actually ran an electric type move on Vikavolt. He's going to go for the EQ. Again, I don't know why he went for the EQ. But you guys switch into Tapu Koko as we go for another wish. We're gonna hard swap into Silvally Fairy because we're just gonna get whatever damage back anyways. And then we are going to Parting Shot immediately. Sorry, I actually went for the defog first. So we defog, and then I'm pretty confident that we're gonna outspeed this. So I'm just gonna Parting Shot and then go straight back into our counter, which is Vaporeon. He does go for the Thunder Punch, but he is -1, so that's going to do basically nothing. Now he decides to go to the Vikavolt. And we are going to hard swap into Serena because I'm expecting him to go for an electric type move, but he actually goes for the Sticky Webs instead. So we're going to knock him off, get rid of these leftovers, because I pretty much expected a Roost. And then you turn straight into Silvally Fairy. Basically, the reason I went to Silvally Fairy is I went to Dugtrio last time to kind of switch it up on him. He does go for the Bug Buzz, does absolutely nothing to us. We're going to defog and get rid of the webs. Does decide to Toxic me, and that's when we see his full moveset. So he doesn't even have the he does not even have the Volt Switch or a single electric type move, which was probably a big mistake on his part because then he's got nothing to deal with Vaporeon except for Tapu Koko, and obviously we're not going to leave this in on Tapu Koko. So now we're going to go for the Flamethrower, get a bunch of damage off on this. He did not expect me to be packing. I don't think he expected me to be packing the Flamethrower. We're going to Party Shot because I knew he was not going to stay in. And then we can go into Dragon Bolt and get a very free, very, very powerful Shadow Ball off him. Whatever wants to come in. We do 50... Oh, shoot. We do 50%, but again, I'm not sure if this thing is Scarfed or not, and I really don't want to take a lot of damage on our Dragon Bolt, so we are going to switch into the Serena as he goes for the Dazzling Gleam, does a massive amount of damage. He does choose to swap out. And we're just going to go for the Triple Axle here, which does basically nothing. Because I was pretty sure he was going to Roost or whatever he wanted to do. And we're going to U-turn back into Dragapult. Because I was pretty certain he was going to go for the Sticky Webs here. And now he's going to go for Heatmore. We find out his Heatmore. We do get a crit. He went Gluttony Heatmore instead of Flash Fire. So our Flamethrower just does 31% to this thing. He is going to Dynamax, and we're going to U-turn straight out of here. And we're going to go into Vaporeon first. Find out what kind of set this thing is. He is a physically offensive set, which means he's going to do basically nothing to us. I don't think this was the right time to Dynamax, but I think he could have waited. But I was pretty sure that I could Scald and then live a hit and then go for the Wish. So we Scald, Wish, and then we're going to Protect on this next turn as he goes for the Belch. We block it, obviously. We're going to get back up to 78%, and then we are going to Flip Turn here because Flip Turn does kill, and we're going to get some pretty good momentum. We can go into Serena. Serena's a good play because we can bait out the Weavile. And then we can just click U-turn. Or we can actually click Knockoff. Sorry, I actually clicked Knockoff. His Triple Axle would have killed us. But I was okay with that. I was okay with Serena going down here. And we actually get pretty lucky because he switches out into Slowbro and takes a ton of damage. Wasn't needed. Yeah. So we're going to go back into Silvally because this thing is not going to do anything to us. And we can go for the Defog one last time. Get rid of his Sticky Webs. He's going to go into Weavile. And at this point, I'm pretty sure we let Silvally go down here. No, we actually do go into Incineroar. I'm sorry. So we do go to the Incineroar as he goes for the Throat Chop. Incineroar is not looking too good here. Because we are pretty weakened. But I think he was banded on this, if I remember correctly. But he does go into Slowbro as we go for the Flamethrower. He thinks he's safe here. So he thinks he's absolutely safe. But we're going to Dark Pulse, take this Slowbro out. And now our Dugtrio is looking fantastic. Yes, predicting switches is very, 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 very important. But the thing is you can overpredict and screw yourself as well. So it's a tough game. You're gonna probably over the course of the season, you're gonna look back at your matches And some games you're going to make the right predictions, and you're like, man, I played so well. Other games you're probably going to make the correct predictions, but they're just not going to work out, and you're going to think you played bad. And it's important to just kind of always go with your gut and learn if you make a bad play, just learn from it. But he is going to go into Tapu Koko. We don't want to lose Incineroar right now, so we're going to go into Silvally Fairy, let him take this out. And then we're going to go into Dugtrio, because now we can just sweep with this thing. We can literally just sweep. We're going to go for the Max Quake here, or Max Airstream, I'm sorry. Because at this point, I still thought that this Tapu Koko was Choice Scarf. We find out later that it actually isn't. We're going to find out pretty soon that it actually isn't. But I thought this Silvally Tapu Koko was Choice Scarf, so I knew Max Airstream was a perfect go. And I had already done the calcs before this match, and I knew if he was max HP and we went for Max Quake, he needed to. We basically did about 75 to 85% in that range. So I know this Max Quake is going to kill him. I absolutely knew that was going to kill. Now I really, really, really wanted to get a Max Knuckle off as well. But it's going to depend on what he goes for here. So if he goes for like the Weavile, then we're going to Max Knuckle. If he goes into Vikavolt or Tapu Koko, then we're going to click the Stone Edge, which is the Max Rock Vault, which he goes into the Vikavolt. And surprisingly, he does live. That is a bulky Vikavolt. I don't know if that was... he says GG's already. I don't know if this Vikavolt was... I don't know if that was a low roll or what kind of roll that was, but the fact that it survived that was pretty big. Now the Max Rockfall is going to set up the sand, and our Dugtrio is also Sand Force. So this Stone Edge, he's not going to live this Stone Edge when we hit. Dead Vikavolt. Now his Weavile is going to be able to do a lot of damage to us though. Here he's going to Ice Shard, almost take us out. I don't know what the roll was on that. We do take it out with an Earthquake. He's going to go Tapu Koko, and since we still have Serena around, we know he can't kill us with anything. So we're just going to come in here, click knock off here. Find out that he actually was Choice Specs and not not Scarf at all. And he's going to Dazzling Gleam. We're going to survive that. We're just going to go for the triple axle here because we hit it all 3 times, then he's dead anyways. If we needed something else, we could have gone into Dragapult and taken it out as well. So that we get the 4-0 victory against Jeff. I really think that Jeff could have... I don't think he played bad. I think he did make a couple predictions that were not exactly good. But I told him to respect the Dougie. So Alolan Dugtrio did so much work, and I knew in the prep that it would do a lot of work, just if I could get it in the right situation. And thankfully, we were able to put Alolan Dugtrio in the right situation and get a bunch of damage off on his team. So yeah, that was a good second win in a row for us. Now, I've got 2 other matches that we're going to look at. I won't go over the teams with those matches, but I do have 2 other matches that we're going to take a look at. But yeah, Jeff played well. I just don't think his prep was on point. I think the Heatmore needed to be... I think the Heatmore was a weird set. I do think the Heatmore was a weird set, and I told him that. I don't think that was the correct set, because I think a Max Quake at like +1 from Heatmore probably would have killed my Tapu Lele. Because he said he brought the Belch for Lele, and I really don't think that was the right bring. I don't think Vikavolt was exactly the right bring, although I understand why he went for the Sticky Web. I actually think if he had gone Trick Room Slowbro with Melmetal, I would have been in a much worse situation. I don't know how I would have dealt with that, to be honest with you. I'm going to turn this lo-fi down. That's not playing at all. There we go. There we go. Okay, so like I said, I've got 2 other matches here that we're going to take a look at. How's my yeah, my camera's off a little bit. I knocked it off the top of my monitor the other day. Do I want to? Yeah, we'll do this one. We'll do this one first. This one I played. What day was this? This was last Wednesday. If I remember, no, it wasn't Wednesday. Might have been Thursday night. But this was our ZU league, and we have a pretty good team. I'm not gonna lie, I really like my ZU team, especially against the rest of the field. But we are going to take on. So it's funny that you're playing me, Mod, because I have faced Desknor and Desklops like 3 or 4 out of the last 5 matches. It's been crazy, man. So the fact that you have Desklops is just like, it's like, dang, when am I gonna stop fighting this thing? Because the person that I had played in ZU the week 1 had Desklops as well. So I've literally played these 2 things so much. I'm not gonna show my JLPC match, even though spoiler, we lost 6-0. But it was basically a stall match for like 80 freaking turns, and there's just not any. There's really not much value in it, so I'm not gonna show that match today. But we're gonna get started in this match. Basically, we are going to lead with the Palpitoad because we want to get rocks up. Because immediately we see his only defogger is this Fletchinger, and he's got to either be boots, or he's gonna take a lot of damage on switching. So we are gonna start off with Palpitoad, as he leads the Wheezing, actually. And I'm not really sure what he wants to do with me with Wheezing. But we are going to go for a Stealth Rock. He switches into Whiscash. It was a better option than Dano. Yeah, no, yeah. Actually, it's funny you say that. Because I think week 2, Dallas had the Dano, and it did like 80% to something. He used Ice Fang or something, and it did like 80% to something that I did not think it would do that much to. It was actually, he brought like a banded Dano. It was kind of crazy. But we do go for the Stealth Rocks turn 1, and cool thing about Palpitoad is it actually gets what is it? We're gonna see here. He goes for the Dragon Dance, but it actually does get Power Whip. So he's going for the Dragon Dance. He can't do anything to me. And we're going to be able to Power Whip this thing right in the face. He does go for the sub, hoping that I miss the Power Whip. But I think if I'd hit the first one, he just kind of died. He's going to switch out to Berserker. And we're actually going to stay in here. I don't know what I'm doing. My Palpitoad is too good. Basically, I'm pretty sure I stayed in because I didn't have a switch in for Berserker. But he does go to Desknor. I'm just going to stay in. Palpitoad is putting in work, so we're just going to stay in. He is going to set up a Trick Room. Now I'm definitely staying in. And Palpitoad just kind of comes in and just literally does so much work. We are going to go to Hariyama. He's going to click Pain Split, which really sucks. I really forgot Pain Split was a thing, which, oh man, it really sucks. Because we're Guts, so he's going to be able to do a ton of work to us, which really sucks, man. But we are faster now, so we're going to knock off. Unfortunately, our Hariyama was Guts. We lose a lot of our stuff here. But we cannot let him keep this substitute up. So we're just going to click Facade until he takes us out, which he does here. And then we can go into Mr. Mime, because we're going to outspeed this thing 100% of the time and go for Freeze Dry, knock that thing out of the of existence. He goes into Wheezing, which Shrek Eyes. Yeah, man, Shrek Eyes, man. Yeah. He goes into Wheezing, which I don't know why, because we're going to see here that Psychic just absolutely obliterates this thing. And we're going to get another KO. So I don't know what he was doing there. Yeah, smash that motherfucking like button, for sure. I just watched your match, Danny, and pretty unfortunate. I don't remember if you asked me anything on his team, but if you did... Yeah, I don't think you asked me for any help for Kurt. Oh, wait, yeah, you did. I said I'll look at it later, and I never did. I'm sorry, bro. Yeah, I literally didn't really look at that team. I was super busy last week, though. I'll be honest. I was extremely, extremely busy. So I do feel bad. That's my B. But he does bring the Fletchinder in. We find out that he is, in fact, not Boots, so he takes literally half his health. We're going to come in with Tauros. He's going to overheat and do basically nothing. We're going to body slam this thing out of the world. We are Sheer Force, not Intimidate. He does Intimidate us, but I'm pretty sure we can go to Metang and just kind of beat this thing. So that's what we're going to do here. He can't get Earthquake. Close Combat actually did a lot more than I thought it would. I did not think Close Combat would be that much. But we can basically click Meteor Mash here and KO it, and we do. So we get another 4-0 in this league. We've started off really, really well in the ZU League. I really, really like my team. With Tauros and Hariyama were our tier 1 picks, and I think they are... We basically joined this league late. We didn't get to draft, so we had to pick up what was left. And for some reason, Hariyama and Tauros were available, and I think they are two of the best mons in that format because, oh my god, do they hit hard. Like, Hariyama gets... I gotta pull up Hariyama's set. Like, holy cow, this thing gets so many good moves. It's not even funny. I actually had it in my Inu League, which I'm going to show you here in a second. So Hariyama, this beast can either be Guts, Sheer Force, or Thick Fat. So Ice types, yeah, they're so good, and they're so much better in this. He's not very fast, but that's okay because he's got... He does get Bullet Punch. So, like, holy cow, man. This thing is so good. The fact that this thing was still available, and it's also an Inu, and not ZU, I just had to take this thing. So good. The fact that it was still available, I was super hyped. But yeah, we're going to get into the last match of the day, which was our Inu League, and this is for a chance to go to the championship. Now, our Inu League, I feel pretty good about our team, but we have not had good luck at all. And I shit you not, we have lost like 4 or 5 matches just straight to hacks. I think everybody in this league goes to playoffs, but there's hardly any upsets because usually the bad people are really bad. And we ended up like 4-7, which was literally our worst record I've ever had. And I think easily 4 of the matches I should have won, but missed. There was a couple times I missed Play Rough. I think with Play Rough on Mawile, I missed more than I hit, and it's a 90% accurate move. And we're taking on Trilho, who actually was the number 1 seed. Thrillho, sorry. Who's actually the number 1 seed, and I think he won last season. He's got... Dude, I'm so happy that you joined the league. I think I speak for everybody. We were so happy to get somebody else, for one, and I was happy that it was honestly happy that it was you, man. I was so excited to see the name on there, because obviously Jeff was the one who asked you, and he basically was like, hey, dude, I might have somebody who wants to join, and he basically asked 2 different people, and the other person said no, and I think he asked you guys at the same time, anyways. So it's not like you were second choice or anything. But dude, I was so happy when you said you were playing. Definitely want to get you in for a full season. Hopefully, probably going to be after Scarlet and Violet come out. This is going to be when our next season is. But yeah, dude, I was really psyched when you joined. But back to this match. So Thrillho has a really scary team because he's got Silvally and this Tyrantrum. So what they do in this Inu and the ZU League is if you win the championship, then you can franchise a Pokemon, or if you get the lead killer. So this guy has, for the 3 seasons of NU, had Tyrantrum, and it has led in kills because Tyrantrum is a absolute freaking monster. Like, nothing in the league lives a head smash except for Mawile here, of course. So this thing is an absolute monster. We played it week 1. So we played him week 1, and basically I got hacked out the ass. Now, he would have beat me anyways because I made a few big misplays. Like, I think I lost my Electros, which I really needed it to beat him. So I did make some misplays, and I think he scarfed his Tyrantrum last time. I just didn't have anything for Scarf Tyrantrum. And I've changed my team as well. So I've changed my team since then as well. We added Serena mid-season and Pilosline mid-season as well. So yeah, we changed the team since then, but I knew from our first prep that Mawile was going to be the perfect counter for this Tyrantrum. And basically, not Sinistite, Inteleon could literally run a train through his team, but I had to scarf it. I had to scarf it because of the potential of another Scarf Tyrantrum or a setup D-Dance Tyrantrum, which would have obviously been a really big problem. So we are going to start this without music, because holy crap. But we are going to lead with our Inteleon, because whatever he goes into, we can U-turn out and get the momentum. So he does lead the Vikavolt, which really sucks. So we're going to U-turn. We're going to go to Piloswine because Piloswine has... I don't know. I don't remember if we put Stone Edge on this. I don't think we did. But Vikavolt can't really do much to us because most attacks from Vikavolt are going to be resisted. Now, he does end up going for the agility here, which is, yeah, Thrill-Ho is really good. So he's going to go for a Flash Cannon. We see that he's got Flash Cannon. That's fine. So we're going to go for the Icicle Crash to put a ton of damage on this. But we're obviously not going to want to lose our Piloswine yet because his team is extremely weak to Ice types. Not the team that he brought, but his team overall. And we want to keep Piloswine alive for a little bit longer. But he's going to go for another Flash Cannon, put some damage on our Electros. But we are leftover, so we get a little bit back. It's going to Bug Buzz, do a ton of damage, get the Spadef drop. But we do have... Flamethrower, which I thought he was going to... I'm pretty sure I thought he was going to switch out. But it's okay, because we can go for the Volt Switch here. And when we come in with Inteleon, we're going to be able to U-turn and get some momentum anyways. And we are going to go into Tranquil. I think this is our best mid-ground play. Because we can bait out the Tyrantrum and take this out early. And that's what we do. He brings the Tyrantrum in. We're going to Toxic because I know he's going to go for the Dragon Dance. We get the Toxic on it, and again, our dedicated switch to this is Mawile. So we're gonna knock that down to +0. He's gonna go for a D-Dance again, but we can just switch in and out for a Trade Call. Look at that prediction. I knew he was going for an Earthquake. Knew it. Then we're going to switch right back into Mawile, get another Intimidate off. As you go for the Head Smash, look how much damage that did. 31%. Head Smash, a base 150 attack, doing nothing to this Mawile. Absolutely nothing. I'm pretty sure he's going to go for another Earthquake, so I'm going to switch. I actually ended up not switching. Okay, I thought I did. But we are going to put up Stealth Rocks, because we can do a ton of damage to... Flareon and to Cannon, and Lantern does a little bit of damage to Lantern as well. We are going to switch into Piloswine because I feel like Piloswine is the expendable member of our team right now. And listen to what I just said. Piloswine is the expendable member of our team now. Yeah, that's going to be important right now. That is literally going to be extremely important. Thank you, Mod. Thank you, Mod, for coming in. Seriously, everything that I say is all jokes, man. But I'm really looking forward to playing you and looking forward to how you do in the season in the TCL, man. I really am. Piloswine is great, Danny, but I do not need this thing to win. Absolutely do not need this. And he's going to bring out a Savali Steel. Now, this is my misplay. We are 6'4". The only thing that brings this back for him is a setup Silvally Steel. The only thing. And if I click Earthquake here, it does nothing to me. If I click Earthquake here, we can go into basically anything and finish it off. But I don't click Earthquake. I switch into Mawile, get the attack drop, and he goes for Source Dance. Now there's no way, there's zero way that Piloswine is going to finish this thing off. I should have clicked Earthquake, and yeah, the unnecessary preserve. I did not need Piloswine. Did not need Piloswine at all. And at +1, this thing destroys me. Because he's obviously going to get a Flame Charge. Now we've given him a free Flame Charge as well. He's going to go into... we're going to go into Electros. The only thing I can do is click Flamethrower here. That is the only thing I can do. He's going to click Outrage. Now, we do find out later on that we could have gone into Inteleon here and outsped this thing. But, of course, we don't know that now. We're going to go to Serena. He's going to Outrage again. Basically, all we're looking to do... The only thing I can do to this thing now is let him hit himself. We are going to go for the knockoff. I should have just gone for another Synthesis, to be honest with you. That was another misplay, not going for the Synthesis there. Because then he would have been plenty... I should have gone for the Synthesis there as well. But he is going to hit himself. But the damage has already been done. Because we needed Electros for his Lantern. We absolutely needed the Electros. Didn't really need Serena, but Serena would have been nice to have to switch into Lantern and do like momentum basically. And we still have this Piloswine, which we didn't need. I really didn't need. And we could have sacked Mawile on this Flareon because we know this Flareon is going to be... we absolutely know this thing is going to be... Guts, and I kind of thought that he would go for a Flame Charge because Flareon does get Flame Charge. He doesn't. He does for a Flare Blitz, but it doesn't really matter at this point. He's going to Quick Attack us. I really thought he would switch out here, so I went for the U-turn. It doesn't really matter at this point because our move was to sack off Piloswine. We're going to Protect to get a little bit of damage on this. Fun fact actually here. Tranquil's bulky as fuck. People... Here's the thing about Tranquil. It is so overlooked, but this thing is freaking amazing. Really, really good in these low leagues. Like, literally the best tier 5 that I can get in these low leagues. Because he goes for Facade, and we actually can live a Facade. The only thing that kills me from him is a Flare Blitz. Unless he gets a crit. Unless he crits us. That is the only way. We die is from a crit. We would have taken, which that obviously sealed it for him, but I don't think I could have won anyways. I would have had to flinch this Lantern, and I don't think we could have killed Toucannon anyways. So now we have to just go for the Dark Pulse flinch. Like, that's the only way we can win, if we just get a bunch of flinches off. But unfortunately, we lose 2-0. Huge misplay with the Piloswine. The Serena Synthesis was kind of bad, but not as bad as the Piloswine. Because if we just clicked Earthquake there, we could have gone into basically anything and finished it. We could have gone into Serena at that point and just finished it off with a knockoff. Because there was nothing he could do to kill us. Even at +2, he wasn't killing our Serena. Which really sucks. Really sucks. We could have knocked him off and gone to the final. But what do you do, man? What do you do? We just got to play better in the future, and maybe we will get to another final. It's been a while. It's been like 6 seasons since I've been to a final. And in that one final, we misplayed and lost that one too. So it's been a bunch of misplays. But anyways, that's going to be all for this one. Thank you guys for coming out here. Obviously, Jeff and Danny. And I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm going to the TCL finals. Your brother's pretty good, man. And let's you got me. Now I gotta look this up. Your brother's pretty good, man. And right now, it's looking like we're probably going to play each other in round 1. And I think his team is the biggest problem for my team. Like, literally, his team causes so many problems. Now, I did make changes since then, since we played the first time. We obviously added Heracross and Miltank, but, man, his team just causes so many issues for me, man. Like, this Lycanroc is so good. Milotic is so good. It's just... His team is a problem child, man. And Celesteela, I can do nothing to Meteor Beam Celesteela. He knows that now, or should. It's really just like... I feel good against every other team. And I'm not saying I'm like better than every other team, because there obviously are teams that are more scary. Like, Ozzo's team is extremely scary. I know how scary Volcanion can be. I know how scary Slushross Arctozolt can be. Komodo can be a team, even though VMI is not the greatest player. His team is scary. But man, your brother's team just does so much work against mine. Like, my only hope is that he falls off a little bit and I don't have to play him round 1 and he loses to somebody else. So, but yeah, that's gonna be all for this one. I do appreciate you guys coming out. I got 4 matches again this week, man. So we're gonna have some stuff to go over next week. Sunday maybe. Yeah, we'll have some stuff to go over on Sunday. So thank you guys for coming out. As always, Fox